Once on YouTube, I stumbled upon a series of videos where people were using jump ropes to transform their bodies. And I decided to give it a try too. For 30 days, I jumped rope to lose weight and tone my body. And I must say, this challenge almost turned into a disaster. In this video, I'm gonna share my experience and what to expect if you decide to take it on. It all started with me gaining 5 kilograms over the winter. Seems it's not a big deal, but for my height of 160 centimeters, 54.5 kilograms, that's quite a lot. I started feeling discomfort and didn't really like the way my body looked. So when I saw those videos with body transformation, something immediately clicked and I decided to try and started my own 30-day challenge. I didn't really know how to do things properly, so I started gathering information. As for the advantages of jumping rope, many people know that this is one of the most effective cardio exercises. You can burn from 400 to 700 calories per hour of training. In addition, you can jump at home when the weather doesn't allow you to go outside or you're just too lazy to go somewhere. You can even jump without a rope. It also works. Personally, I use steel jump rope, which is speed-oriented. I didn't specifically choose it, just went to a sports store and bought the only one available. If you want to start your own jumping rope challenge, I recommend you to study the techniques. Last year, I myself started jumping not quite correctly, and as a result, my knee started to hurt, and that was really terrible feeling. There are a few fundamental points. You need to land on your toes, not use your hands, and take short breaks between sets. So just watch some videos about the right techniques to avoid possible injuries. That's really important. Nutrition is also a very significant point. In short, to lose weight, you need to maintain a calorie deficit, which means consuming fewer calories than your body uses. For my height, weight, and the training goals, the recommended daily calorie intake for weight loss is approximately 1400 calories. So to lose weight, I need to stick to this calorie limit and give up everything extra, such as sweets, flour, fats, and fried foods. So before starting, I took measurements of my body to track the changes and set a goal to lose 3 to 4 kilograms. Alright, let's start the marathon. Feeling good, I went outside to train. The first 10 minutes passed really quickly. I was jumping with different tempos and with different jumps, landing on 2 or 1 leg. Every few minutes I took a short breaks. My first workout lasted for 25 minutes and by the end of it I was squeezed like a lemon. To track my progress, I started a tracker, filling it out after each workout. And I want to say that the tracker is a great thing that helps you to stay on track and go to training even on the laziest days. So the first few days of the marathon were fueled by enthusiasm, but then it became hard for me to make myself go and train. You've probably experienced this at least once, when you start something new with a great enthusiasm and then lose it somewhere along the way. But somehow I kept going. I won't go into detail about each of my workouts as that's quite boring. However, I will say that every few days I increased the duration of my training a little bit, and by the end of the marathon I was able to jump for 50 to 60 minutes. If my workouts were going relatively smoothly, then my diet became a real challenge. Before the marathon, I ate very chaotically, anything and everything without any control. And I realized that only when I started the challenge. And then during the marathon, I had to give up my favorite sweets and baked goods in favor of vegetables, porridges and salad. And I can confidently say that I literally suffered during the first week.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place.
By the second week, everything started to fall into place. Apparently, my body adapted to a new diet and I began feel satisfied from the food. My diet of an abundance of baked goods and fried food turned into something like this. For breakfast, oatmeal with fruits or eggs in various variations. For snack, fruits, nuts, yogurt and kefir. For lunch and dinner, soups, vegetables, different types of porridges and mostly chicken. 2 weeks later, I saw the first result. Comparing videos from the beginning and now, I noticed that my stomach became flatter and more toned. And the scales showed the loss of 1300 grams. Measurements also showed that I had lost 4 centimeters in my waist and hips and I felt amazing. I had a lot of energy, strength and motivation to continue. Now I clearly understood that every workout was important and started to put more efforts into them. Even when I wanted to eat something forbidden, it became easier for me to refuse and choose a healthier alternative because I saw why I was doing it. It seems like things should have gotten easier from there, but as it turned out, reality and expectations are completely different things. The third week went great. I could jump for 40 to 45 minutes, stuck to the diet, and everything seems to be going according to plan. At the end of the week, when I stepped on the scales, I was horrified to discover that I gained half of kilogram. The first reaction was, oh, my marathon is doomed to fail. I was so upset. I expected my weight to go down because I had put in so much effort, increased my workout time and reduced the amount of food, and I had no idea what have I done wrong. After some time, when emotions settled down, I started analyzing my mistakes. It was unlikely that the problem was with my workouts. Something was wrong with the diet, so I began to research. And one of the reasons that held back weight loss, and the most relevant to my case, is frequent meals. The main recommendation is to reduce the number of meals to 2 or 3 times a day. So I decided to try to eat only twice a day, lunch at 12 and dinner at 7. Surprisingly, the diet worked. The next day I saw the difference on the scales, and it turned out to be easier for me to switch to this diet than to refuse bacon at the beginning of the marathon. I mentally and physically adjusted to the new routine. Sometimes when I felt hungry during fasting hours, I drank warm water, tea or coffee and the hunger subsided. That's how the remaining 9 days of the challenge went by. The marathon has come to an end and it's time to summarize. Let's see how my body transformed. This is me at the beginning of the marathon, after 2 weeks. And this is my body transformation after 30 days of jumping rope. I see a big difference. My belly disappeared and now there's a little bit of muscle definition. The final weigh-in showed a 3.2 kilograms loss and a reduction of 5 centimeters around my waist and hips, with my legs slimming down by 1.5 centimeters each. During this month, I only missed 3 workout days, and that was only because I felt the need of rest. Overall, this marathon was a big challenge for me and I am satisfied with the results. What's more important is that I started feeling better both physically and mentally, and started to like the reflection in the mirror again. In conclusion, I want to share a few tips on how not to fail your marathon. Firstly, give yourself a week. No matter how hard it is, just try to hold on for a week and you will see the first result that will inspire you to keep moving forward. Secondly, track your progress. You can make a beautiful tracker on a sheet of paper, in your phone, or download mine using the link in the description. Fill it in every day. This will help you to not to give up even on the laziest days. Thirdly, and perhaps most importantly, tell somebody about your challenge. It also will help you to stay on track. I continued the weight loss marathon because I've recorded videos and promised it myself to finish it. You can post a message on your social media accounts and share your path there. That's all for today. I hope this video was useful for you. If yes, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. This was Yana. See you soon.